Thank you. Thank you. I'm Ed Mariziak. I'm the man in the chair. Welcome to East Toronto Living. In this video, we are going to be talking about an article once again from BlogTO. We haven't talked about any articles from BlogTO in the last, well, at least 4 weeks anyway. Anyhow, this article, it's titled, Nobody Buys Toronto Homes Anymore as Market Disintegration Continues. Good grief. Not wonderful news, but hey, we're gonna go deep into this article. If you want to learn more about this article, stay tuned. Hey friends, if you can do me a big favor, show me some love and subscribe if you haven't already, leave a comment and share the video. Boy, the channel's really grown a lot in the last couple of months. I'm so grateful, and I've got you all to thank, and you're very appreciated. Thank you so much. Also, if you've got any questions about real estate, here's my contact information. Let's get a Zoom meeting if you're from out of town, and let's book a coffee appointment. Been meeting a lot of people for coffee lately. We're getting ready for next year. A lot of people are starting to think, 3 months, 2 months, 6 months, whatever. It doesn't matter. Even a year out. Let's meet for coffee. Also, if you had a property that was up for sale in the last 12 months and, you took it down, you can find the link on the description in this video, or here's the link right here. You can try clicking that, and that'll take you to my website, which you can download my expired listing rescue kit, and that's got a lot of really good stuff. And you can read it, and you could book an appointment with me on Calendly, and book directly. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay, let's get to the good stuff here. So this article once again from BlogTO, and it's titled "Nobody Buys Toronto Homes Anymore as Market Disintegration Continues." Okay, not wonderful news, folks. The Greater Toronto area, if you're not from around here, GTA, the article starts with, it continues its race to the bottom, and let's call it for what it is. We've had 13 consecutive record-breaking lows in terms of home sales. So more and more product continues to get on the market. At present, we have 27,808 homes for sale. 6,138 have sold in the month of October. Now, we don't have November's numbers yet. Not for a couple more days. I'm shooting this on Tuesday, and even by the time this video comes out, we won't see the new data yet. The new data will be very telling. We'll get into all that in a bit because there's some stuff I want to share. And but the Building Industry and Land Development Association, BUILD, has been reporting that the GTA sales figures have been low. Now they've released the numbers on Tuesday of last week. I mean, it's today's Tuesday, so last Tuesday, that 570 homes were sold, across the region-wide, and that's a 25% dip from the previous historic low. Now, I reported on this a month or so ago, if you recall. BUILD reported released another report, and it was, I think, 319 new builds sold in the month of, I believe it was September. So now this is 570. So that's actually some good news here, because that's about a 60% increase month over month. Now, granted, we're used to seeing 1,600 new home sales a month, or 2,000. We've seen well over 2,000 in peak times. But this is still a historic record low, and it's basically 85% lower than the 10-year average for October home sales. So that's low. And I mean, this is, attributed to high interest rates. Now, the rates, of course, have been coming down the last 6 months. But, there's a lot of uncertainty in the market right now. We're slipping into a recession. Unemployment has jumped up a lot. There's a lot of uncertainty. Plus, we got to say it. Our friends down south creating a lot of problems with tariffs and now geopolitical instability. Geez, Anyway, let's. I'm not gonna go there, but that is all having a bearing on sales up here. And until we see some sort of stability happening, we're gonna continue to see not wonderful news. Now, according to this article here, I'm finding this a little bit odd because it's a record low of just 54 condos were sold in Toronto last month. I'm finding that a little bit odd because I went and checked that out with ChatGPT. At any rate, now this figure represents just 1/3 of the 145 condos sold the previous October, and a mere fraction of the 457 sold in October 2023. So wow, that's a huge drop. But at any rate, I'm still looking at, okay, so region wide, here we go. Here's the number that's still staggeringly low. Region wide across GTA, across the Toronto Real Estate Board, 248 condos were sold. That's condos and townhouses. That's very low. That represents a 2% decline from last October's record-setting lows. Basically 88% below the 10-year average. Really, really staggeringly low numbers for October 2025. But we covered a lot of this. But we're just going to jump into some other numbers here because single-family homes also suffered in October. Apparently, 322 sales region-wide, marking a 41% drop year over year. Ouch, that's low. That's pretty sad. So year to date, anyway, at any rate, compared to the previous year, compared to the previous year, 1,851 were sold in October, and in October 2025, almost 5,000, basically 4,985 sold at the end of October 2023. So wow, these numbers are really low. But Justin Sherwood, chief operating official from Build, continues to sound the alarm for this worsening situation. Because essentially, how many more months of record-breaking lows until the government steps in and starts taking some action, perhaps reducing costs for new homes? I think one thing they are advocating for is to kill the HST on the federal level. So we certainly could do that, but anyway, so that's something they could consider. Sherwood also advocates that on the federal level to also welcome Premier Doug Ford to also push for a reduction in the HST to lower costs and also drop rates. I mean, that we should be down. We should be bringing it right down, at least another 0.5% to 1%. And at the moment, there aren't. I mean, they're predicting there might be one more rate cut, but I just went to the meeting. They said they're going to keep it flat for the time being, because again, this is the whole balancing act here. If we're slipping into recession, if we start getting too much. If there's too much buying, then that starts to bump up inflation. Inflation is under control, but we're also slipping into recession. So, and with property sitting, this is killing the economy. There's obviously, builders, laying off construction workers. Construction workers contribute huge to the economy. They're making a lot of money, spending a lot of money, and without spending and without people buying homes and all the industries that feeds, how much longer is this going to continue? So, a push for dropping the HST, according to Justin Sherwood. Also, I think we really got to drop the rates back down. I mean, back to close to. I mean, we're not going to see those crazy numbers that we did during COVID, but we could certainly get a lot less than we are right now. One thing I also want to add too is I covered an article that my competitors, Remax, also Royal LePage, did an article and a study. They predict that real estate month over month will drop 1 to 2%. Well, we're going to see those numbers soon, and from looking at some of these, I was very very hard pressed to see that actually happening. Month over month, that big a drop. But it'll be very interesting to see, if that actually comes to fruition. I don't think it'll come. I don't think it'll go down 3%. Maybe I think tops 1.5%. One in almost 1.5% of a drop month over month. I can't see it be that big a drop. That's a lot. But after processing all these numbers that I just reported just now, I mean, anything is possible. But I think that's a huge drop. But again, we're also coming to the end of the year, and typically, real estate can drop at the end of the year because there's not a lot of activity. We're in December now. And activity is at a standstill in this month because everybody's shopping for Christmas presents. Going, I mean, I got a Christmas party tonight. I went to a Christmas party last night. Well, I went to a party, not necessarily a Christmas party, but you know what I mean. People are partying right now. This is the end of the year. This is shopping. Holiday mode. We're gearing up for holiday mode. They're getting out of buying mode. I mean, the real hardcore buyers are looking right now, but those are really, really motivated buyers and really motivated sellers. So this is a very tough market. It's hard to gauge this being either a symptom of the whole overall economy or a seasonal slowdown or a combination of both. It's a combination of both. Well, that's it, friends, for this week. Again, show me some love. Like this video if this is valuable to you. Subscribe if you haven't already. It means the world to me. It's helping out the channel, and I'm very grateful. And also, don't forget, if you did sell your house, if you did attempt to sell your house in the last 12 months, check out my expired listing rescue kit. You can catch the link here in the description, or there's here's the link right here on the screen. You can click on that. Either way, you could get to my website, and don't forget, here's my contact information already. Don't forget, every Thursday at 5, I put out a new video. And thank you, friends. We'll see you next week. And hey, have a great week, and bye for now.